What did you see?
It was fat.
See?
It was fat to be a plane.
Run, OJ! Run!
What we gonna get?
The shot.
What shot?
The shot. The money shot. Undeniable, singular, the Oprah shot.
Who's posers on? Who's that grade ape right there? Reba, is it dinner time?
So how about that Halloween? It's ending.
It do be ending, though. That's the interesting thing about it. Now, do we think it will all really end?
I mean, I just think they'll cancel Halloween after that. Even in our real world, we won't have Halloween anymore.
It'll just be gone?
It'll just be gone. We just go from like 4th of July to Thanksgiving. There's nothing in between. There's no more holidays because it ended. Fucking Gordon Green ended Halloween.
In one foul swoop.
Yeah, he let out 2 stinky shits and then just ended the actual holiday. He's already let out 1. We don't know about the second.
Yeah, it could be good. I don't know what I mean. Like, we've got Garrett in here, who is our great friend. He's calling in from California.
Hello.
He's a horror enthusiast.
Sure. No, I mean, he's just a really good friend of ours, and we thought we'd bring him on. He might have a unique perspective because where Dax and I love horror movies. We've watched them for a long time, and Garrett is not really he's not a horror head, you might say.
Yeah.
But I mean, Garrett, you saw the trailer for Halloween Ends. I mean, what did you think of it?
I thought that knife went way the hell too far into that cutting board. Okay?
Oh my god.
The knife does not go that through his hand and into the cutting board that far, okay?
You sound like one of those guys they bring on what's that Deadliest Warrior to talk about like the weapons.
Oh, weapon expert.
Yeah, we hired weapon expert Garrett to test if this dull kitchen knife will go through a serial killer's hand. And then they just have one of those like silicone jelly hands on there. And it's just you going up and just ramming the knife into it over and over.
Oh my
You
god.
could be a good team on the Mythbusters as well.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But no, I thought the Halloween trailer was it was okay. I mean, it follows the same suit as every trailer nowadays. A bunch of flashing sequences, burning stuff, scary moments, jump scares, guns.
Mm.
Can I tell you my theory that I've been brewing?
Yes, I'd love to hear it.
So we literally, my guess is that remember I think last time we talked about the leak of the costume.
Oh yeah.
How Michael Myers looks like some vagabond hobo.
Yeah.
My guess is that what they showed in the trailer only seemed like one sequence. I'm guessing that's probably the beginning of the movie.
Oh.
And it's only the beginning.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a big confrontation, and then something's going to happen, and then that's when Michael goes MIA or whatever the hell they decide to do. I mean, they already made him like a super zombie. So who gives a shit anymore? But I mean, from that trailer, it seemed like they just retconned the last movie.
Oh, sure.
Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't, fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? They're already just giving people that more. I expected this from the first movie more of all the scenes were like literally parallel, like scene for scene shots in this one. Like they recreated the opening scene from the 78 one. And there's tons of like around like the doorway. They like recreated so many shots.
Yeah.
So I think they're just getting all the fan service out
right away.
And then they're probably just gonna shit in everyone's face and do something really stupid.
Well, I that's an interesting theory, and I do think they're gonna shit in people's faces. But I actually came away with a different theory. I thought we were gonna be on the right track, but because I read the synopsis in the YouTube description of the trailer, and it says something about like, it says Michael has disappeared for 4 years. No one knows where he is, and then it mentions this Corey character. His name's like Corey Cunningham or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And like it's like saying like, and he's being accused of killing his he's babysitting somebody, and the babysitted kid dies. So he's accused of killing them. So I was thinking of that while watching the trailer, and then I also saw people pointing out that at the beginning when Michael's pushing open the door, if you look, his left hand has all of his fingers.
Oh.
So I think we have a Michael Myers copycat on our hands.
Oh,
and it might be this Corey guy.
This is like
oh man,
I think that's part 4 of Friday the 13th. Or maybe part it is part 4.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's just like, oh, it's not Jason, it's just a copycat guy. And you're like, that's not as cool.
No,
Fuck
it's
you.
not at all. I was thinking it could be good, but only if the copycat is there for most of the movie and no one knows where Michael is.
And then Michael shows up
and Michael shows up at the end and they have like a final, maybe he even kills the copycat.
And then what happens after that, after the big reveal that like when Michael comes, you're like, oh my god, like 2 Michaels? That's when like the Strode house like falls down like a big elevator. And we pan out and it's actually Umbrella Corporation. And there's just a bunch of clones of Michael Myers.
Oh my god.
I thought you were gonna go the multiverse route with that.
No,
one.
I'm going the dumb W.S. Anderson universe for Resident Evil.
Oh, okay.
Because it rules, and I want to see that.
You know, I really want to see Laurie Strode blow the fake Michael Myers head straight off, and then Michael would be standing right behind him. Yeah, she's like thinking that he's back, and then she goes like hunting for him, and then actually kills him, and she's like, "What the hell?" And then like turns around and Michael's like, "Oh, you did it for me, great."
I wanna see one where Michael realizes that he can't just brute force Laurie Strode, so he just kind of plays a bunch of pranks on her to make her slowly lose sanity.
Like switching her socks in her drawers or something.
Yeah, he moves around things.
Yeah.
You know, while she's sleeping, he opens all the kitchen cabinets. You know, something like that.
Turns all her shirts.
No, it's
pink.
Michael. Yeah, he's fucking with me. And the family's just like, no, it's okay, Laurie. Like, we need to take you away. And then she gets taken to a mental institution, and Michael Myers is just outside her window.
Like your family thinks she's crazy, but she's not. It's actually
him. Yeah, he's basically just Megan from Drake and Josh.
Better yet, outside her window, he has an altered mask where it's like a smiley face.
Yeah, it's a troll face mask.
I don't know. I feel like we're all making so many jokes about it because we're just kind of done with it at this point.
That last movie, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Anymore. Like, I'm just there to see Michael Myers.
Right.
I mean, the idea of just having Laurie and him confront each other is really cool. Because I think that's some of the best stuff from this first one.
Right.
And I think they have a really interesting dynamic. I just wish they didn't just throw it down the drain in the last one.
Yeah, it really made me lose my faith in the this new director, David Gordon Green, is like it was very depressing to watch.
Yeah.
Just because, you know. But I mean, Garrett, you don't have anything to be depressed by because you've only seen like 2 Halloween movies your entire life.
Yeah, I've seen clips, and then I saw like the one in the hospital, and I saw this latest one, which I was very like close to falling asleep through.
You're talking about the 2018 one, not Halloween Kills, right?
No, yeah, the older one that's still newer, not this last one that came out.
And then you saw Halloween 2. In the hospital.
I like that
Halloween
one.
2's fine.
No, I liked
I'm a
it.
Halloween
Yeah.
2 defender.
Oh yeah, I don't mind Halloween.
John
2.
Carpenter had to get blackout drunk
to write it,
but fuck it.
Yeah, but I mean, at least we did all see a good movie that just happened to be attached to this Halloween Ends trailer.
Yeah. We saw Nope.
Nope. Yes.
Nope.
We even convinced Garrett to see it.
That's a rarity.
But before we get into it, Garrett, non-spoiler wise, what do you think about it? We can save spoilers for later, but non-spoiler wise, what's your consensus?
I thought it was good.
Okay. I'll take it.
Fair enough.
You sound like a dad that just took his kids to see it, and like after the credits roll, you just go, "Huh, thought it was good. Oh, we get McDonald's." You know, It's gone. It's just-
Yeah.
No, it's like it was really good, like beginning and everything. And I feel like if you cut it at the middle and let anyone else like take the ending, it would have been a lot worse than it was.
I agree, actually.
What?
Are you saying like if someone else were to finish the movie off?
Yes.
Like if there was a different director or different writer?
Yeah, because a lot of stories can start out really good with large concepts and everything, but it's really hard to tie an ending together at that point. And I didn't think it was perfect, but I think it was a lot better than most people could have done.
Oh,
I actually really agree with that.
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah, because there's like from the trailers and everything, I think a lot of people were like, at least I was wary of it because you're like, oh, Jordan Peele, like Aliens. You're like,
Yeah.
it seems like there's a very narrow route you can take that,
Yeah.
where it's not just like green little men with like big bug eyes, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, but he ended up taking it in like a really unexpected and like intelligent direction.
And I'm glad he did it without trying to seem like some smart man.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he was doing with us. Like, and that's what I think I like most about this one. It's very just straight to the point.
Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna say, I'd like to note that I did not know anything about this movie before watching it too.
Okay.
Yeah. Garrett knew it was Aliens. That's
it.
about it.
Hey, I guessed it was Aliens.
Yeah.
I remember a long time ago when the just that poster, that's all we had of the cloud with the flags coming out of it over like the town.
Mm-hmm.
People were like, "Oh, it's aliens," because I guess like Nope stands for not of planet Earth.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know if that's canon. That's just what people were saying.
Yeah.
But I think it might just be because he's saying Nope in the movie. But one thing that's really fucking dumb was I saw this person on Twitter that was basically saying, they're like, what if Jordan Peele is trying to communicate a message? You have Get Out, Us, Nope.
Oh my god.
Eventually he's gonna spell something. What could it mean?
Oh my god.
People think way too much about that kind of stuff.
I know. Yeah.
Like coded, like imagery.
Coded, yeah.
Oh, people do that with David Lynch's films, I find, all the fucking
and
time.
you know David Lynch just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, David Lynch just does what he thinks looks cool.
Yeah,
That's it.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
I've learned to just lean towards directors that just film whatever they think is cool.
Right.
That's all I care about now.
And you know, yeah, I really enjoyed Nope as well. It was like, I'm like a huge lover of sci-fi and especially horror, so I was like, this is like right up my alley. And yeah, like I think we were saying, it's like there's a lot of ways you could go wrong with Aliens very easily, but like this is up there with like Arrival and like Annihilation.
Anything, of sci-fi horror to come out in like 2010, this is up there.
Yeah, just taking
I
it
would
in a very intelligent way, like more than you would expect, I guess. And Garrett, I know you are a huge lover of monkeys. So I saw that there's a chimpanzee in this movie, and then I knew Garrett would love this. Now, Garrett.
Honestly, I was pleasantly surprised that we got monkeys right in the beginning.
Oh yeah,
I was really excited. I was like, what?
That's how I knew it was going to be a movie I was going to stay awake for.
When there's a monkey. If there's not a monkey from the first 2 minutes, I walk out of that theater. I better see a fucking grade A ape. All right?
The monkey or Hulk. Either one of those have to be in the movie.
Yeah, to keep
There you
Garrett's
go.
attention. Or Godzilla.
Oh yeah, guys.
Some kind of kaiju.
There you go. Which Hulk basically is, so that's fine too.
Hulk is a kaiju? Hulk versus Godzilla?
I mean, in the, what do you call it? In the 2000 one, he basically is. He could just grow whenever he wants to, so he could grow to be a kaiju.
So
yeah,
can I.
that was weird. So can you?
Yeah.
That's not being said.
It's a disease.
It's a gift and a curse.
It's a gift and a curse. It's a gift that keeps giving. I can elongate my penis, but I can't retract it.
But yeah, what specifically did you guys like about the movie? I guess we'll go to Dax first, and then we'll go to Garrett.
So I To be honest, going in, I wasn't. So I want to get this out of the way. I'm not a big sci-fi person. And it's odd because I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in most things supernatural, but I do believe in aliens. But so it's odd that I don't care for alien movies typically.
Yeah.
That much. If I like sci-fi, it's usually like hard sci-fi, like Blade Runner and shit like that. But as far as like sci-fi horror, it doesn't do much for me.
Yeah.
And it's odd because you were saying that this one kind of takes your expectations somewhere else. And I was kind of like anticipating like the thing that you expect, and I wanted it.
Did you really?
Yeah, I kind of wanted it. And I think that also ties into the thematics of the film, which is essentially like spectacle and shit like that. All we care about today is fucking tragedies on TikTok. But yeah, I'm like, I want to see those things. And then I was pleasantly surprised when I was like, oh, I'm not getting exactly what I want, but I'm like, this fucking rules. Like, I was okay with it. And I think what helped me was just the motives of the character. It wasn't like, we need to save the fucking town, we need to save the world. It's just, let's just take a picture of a cool ship, you know? Like, it's just that. And so I was vibing with like all their decisions.
Right. Yeah.
And I love Daniel Kaluuya. So he's incredible in everything he's in. So
yeah, who was his sister in the movie?
That's Keke Palmer.
Yeah, okay. I thought it was, yeah. She was also really good.
No,
yeah,
she's
this
really
is definitely
good.
like
they have good chemistry.
Yeah, for sure. This is definitely like a character-driven movie.
Yeah.
Like, that's what like really gets you to watch it.
And because there's a lot of shit going on. Like, she's got all her side hustles, and she's not really dedicated to the business. And you can tell Daniel Kaluuya's character doesn't necessarily care about the business. You know, it's just kind of like a family thing that his dad did it, and his dad, so he's just stuck in it. And I sense like there's like a bit of like envy of his sister. He's kind of like jealous that she gets to go and do whatever the fuck while he has to just take horses around Hollywood.
Right.
But you know, there's lots of good character stuff in there.
Yeah, like it really props the movie up more than it's just like a alien slasher or something.
Yeah, yeah.
That would have been easy to do. I mean, Garrett, what did you specifically like about the movie?
Other than monkeys.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the main thing. Fuck.
I just cut out 10 minutes of his monologue.
No, but I agree. Like, I think without getting into like spoilers, like I hate aliens, and I think that this was probably the only way you could do an alien movie and get me to like it. Like,
Garrett, I gotta stop you right there. Do you know aliens listen to this? You just offended half of our audience.
Okay, let me clarify. Extraterrestrial aliens, okay?
All right. It's too late. The damage hasn't been done, but you can go on.
People are clicking the unsubscribe button right now.
Like, what the fuck? This guy hates aliens?
All three of them.
Yeah, all three of them.
Here, let me go unsubscribe myself, because I'm one of them.
I hate my own opinion on this podcast. What the hell? I'm unsubscribing.
No, like I agree with the actors too. I think that the actors were phenomenal. Like, did a really good job. And I think that you guys said there was a lot of character development. Now, I think the opposite. I think that there was little to no character development, but there was character exclamation. Like, they didn't develop in their like personalities at all, or what they do or what they want, but you get to see more of it as the movie continues. Like, they explain them more.
Oh, okay.
See, I partly somewhat agree. It's more subtle. Like, but that's not the point. You know what I mean? Like, but it's like the main point is, okay, cool alien shit, right? But it just helps that we have these like really good characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think all their shit is kind of figured out internally. Like, there's no real confrontation. It's just them going through this crazy event and just taking what they can and applying it to their own individual situation. which I like more because I don't want to like get taken away from aliens and then have to deal with like family drama for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I completely agree.
They have to have a delicate balance, and it's like it's really hard for most movies to,
especially
keep that.
horror movies.
Yeah,
horror
especially
movies.
horror.
The characters' motives are either 0, non-existent, or 100 over the top because they just need filler because they can't afford
right
to make this movie.
They have to hit that kill scene at the 30-minute mark.
Yeah.
So they have to come up with scenes in the middle there.
Yeah. Well, but before we get, I think, into spoiler talk, I do want to go. I guess this is really for me and Brad, because Garrett, you haven't seen Us, right?
No, I haven't seen Us. I only saw Get Out.
All right. Well, let me ask you a question. Do you like this better or Get Out?
Ooh, I like Get Out better.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Brad. What's your ranking?
Right now it's Get Out number 1, then this, Nope, and then Us.
I need to rewatch Get Out again because it's been a long time since I've seen it, but I think I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I like Us a lot, but I just don't like the writing. Like, I just think Jordan Peele tried too hard.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, ooh, people liked my twists in the first movie, even though the twist you could see miles away. But I'm gonna make it all twisty-turny. Yeah, no, but I like this one a lot more than Us.
Mm-hmm. And I also want to mention, like, compared to his other movies, I feel like the message was a lot more subtle in this one.
Yes.
Than it was in the previous two, which I think helps.
It does.
Like, this felt like a story first before the messaging. Or Get Out was like that too, I guess, but the message was more in your face.
Yeah, Us was very in your face as well, with like the Hands Across America stuff and all that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh god, I forgot all about
this
that.
This one's a lot more subtle.
Mm-hmm.
And I also want to talk about Steven Yeun is incredible.
Oh yeah,
his character is just amazing. I love him.
Yeah, he was great in that. His character, yeah, that's another character-driven.
Yeah, and it's very subtle. It's like a very subtle development.
Mm-hmm.
He's almost like the Saul Goodman of this world.
Oh god.
Again, I would say that his character had that in him the entire time, though. I don't think it was developed. I think it was shown to the audience.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think we're going to move on to spoilers now. So if you haven't seen Nope, I highly recommend it.
Watch it.
I did see opening night, it made 18 million in the box office.
Oh, really?
So that's pretty good. I don't know what the budget is, but I assume it probably already made its money
I saw
back.
it was like 60-something million.
Oh, shit.
Almost 70.
Okay. Well, yeah, true.
Yeah.
A lot of special effects.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I saw it opening night, and I know exactly how much this theater did because it was me and one other guy, so they made a good $18 for that.
Oh no! Our theater was like mixed, but we kind of went at an earlier time.
Yeah.
Some old people next to us, which said the most old person comment ever. He's like, I needed subtitles on there. I couldn't understand what the hell they were saying half the time.
And the first thing he said was like, well, that was a deep movie.
Yeah. When we were leaving, someone else was coming out of the theater behind us, and she's just like, whoa, that was a lot to take in. And I'm like, was it?
Yeah, I don't think it was.
You just saw some cool space shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I mean,
that's someone who has to contemplate the Minion movie.
oh, true.
Yeah.
They come out of the Minion movie sweating. They're like, oh shit. Holy fuck.
After furiously masturbating.
Yeah, they're back there. Oh, banana.
Yeah, I do want to reiterate, if you can see this movie, definitely see it.
Yes, especially in theaters, because the sound design is incredible.
Oh yeah, that's one of the big plus of this movie is like whoever did the sound editing and sound design is like chef's kiss, you know.
Yeah, mwah.
But
I'll agree to that.
I was thinking this is like similar to like Robert Eggers' like The Northman, where it's like a director finally getting like a bigger budget.
Yeah,
and
and
the
actually
Northman,
using it.
Right, and The Northman like failed at the box office.
Yeah,
I don't think this will do as badly as The Northman.
No,
but like,
well, Jordan Peele has become somewhat of a household name because Get Out was a big deal. One, because it was good and it just that alone made it really popular. But then people were like, "Oh, I like Key and Peele. this guy's making a horror movie now. What's that gonna be like? So
Right.
it got like a lot of attention.
Yeah.
So I think he has that going for him, which I think he's finally gotten out of comedian. Like that's what he's been trying to escape.
Yeah.
Because if you ever like, I don't know, have you ever watched like interviews with Jordan Peele?
Some.
He really likes horror. Like
Really?
he's really into it, and I think let's just go into spoilers right now because I'm just gonna talk.
Yeah, you're gonna talk.
All right,
Okay, yeah.
spoilers from now on. Go see the movie.
Go see the movie.
But it was on that Eli Roth show, The History of Horror.
Oh.
Jordan Peele was on there, and he was, I think it was him, he was talking about how important rules are in horror movies. And he's like, that's why Freddy Krueger is so scary, because there are rules. You understand how it works, so you understand when the characters are breaking the rules, you understand when they fuck up, you can kind of see stuff ahead of time. And it really like grounds like the enemy, I guess. It makes it a lot more tangible. And I think this movie does that perfectly.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that.
And it doesn't like throw it at you,
Mm-hmm.
where they're like, we just don't have to look at, like it's like the slow realization
Right.
of it.
Yeah, and they throw some pre-things in there too, where you can kind of see that in the beginning as well, and kind of like foreshadows what you're gonna see in the end too.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
well, Brad, you saw this for the second time. Did you like catch anything this time around?
I mean, like the obvious stuff, like that part when they had the decoy horse out.
Yeah.
I noticed it had eyes, or things that look like eyes on it.
Yeah.
And when they put it out in the field, it was staring like right up at the sky.
Mm-hmm.
That was before we realized that. And then I also noticed OJ, the main character, he doesn't really look people in the eyes at all.
No,
besides
yeah.
for his sister. That's
Right.
like the only person.
Yeah,
that
I
does.
noticed that too. Because like when he was like had to talk to everyone in like that first scene with the horses, he was like looking down and kind of like mumbling.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That I noticed stuff like that, and then knowing all that stuff about Steven Yeun's character, and then watching his earlier scenes, like in that in the office when they're selling the lucky horse to him, is like knowing his backstory, like things made a lot more sense about why he was acting the way he was.
Right.
Especially that part where he brings up that SNL skit.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? You're talking about a monkey murdered like a whole bunch of people, and you're talking about an SNL skit about it rather than what actually happened. But then when you get the flashback, then it makes a lot more sense, like why he's... I don't know, it's so weird. It's like his character was like... He like fixated on that shoe in the...
Well, it was like floating.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like it was like perfectly.
I
like,
wasn't
balanced.
sure. I mean, I'll probably have a much more concise thought on this tomorrow or whatever. But like, I wasn't sure if all the monkey stuff was related to the aliens at all because of that weird floating shoe.
Yeah.
No.
Or if it was something completely separate. But that was before we realized what the UFO was, and I was like, okay, no fucking way.
Right, yeah.
But I just think it kind of goes along with the theme of like spectacle. Like fucking SNL did a whole like a bit on a monkey going on a rampage and killing a bunch of people on television.
Right,
You know, like that's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, similar shit like happens today. And all that, so that kind of goes with like the main theme.
I would say that there's a underlining theme in that too. I wouldn't say that there's aliens in that beginning scene because of that, but I would say that there's a parallel between the monkey and the alien because both are treated as animals, and animals have the duality of being like horribly monstrous because they can attack you on a whim, change their minds, look you in the eye, and flip out, and then they could be humanized. And that's when the monkey was, fist bumping the child because the child was like, what the hell's going on? He just murdered a bunch of people, but now he's fist bumping me. And that's the duality to animals. And that's the duality to the monster in the movie because it was the same thing. He turns his head down and the monster didn't eat him, but you look straight at it and it's sucking people up in the sky.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
And they did talk about how they were like, he's like, you can't train like a predator.
Yeah.
Because that's what Steven Yeun was doing is profiting off of it by feeding it horses.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of got from it.
Like
he
I
figured
almost
out.
thought that he was like he took the wrong message from that incident with the ape, where
he
he's
realized like, oh shit, people love a good tragedy, or they
Right.
love a good wacky shit. Let's just show them this.
Yeah.
When really he was just feeding it.
Yeah, and it's almost like he's using that as a coping mechanism to not deal with the horrible shit that he saw as a kid.
Yeah, like, hey, I can profit off of this.
Right.
I think it was in both, like, he was idolizing the moment, so he was trying to like not deal with it, so he could just like profit off of it.
Yeah, because you could tell there were moments where he genuinely did think about it, and he's like, oh fuck, like he had to like get out.
Yeah. And another interesting thing I like thought about the second time watching it was like, I feel like he's like, he took the wrong message away in that he like, people think that, oh, they would love violence and spectacle and like cruelty, like people love that, but then also it's like he like when the ape comes up to him under the table, and it almost seems like the ape realized that what it did, it like snapped out of it, and it's like, oh my god, and it went back and tried to fist bump him in again. And it was like, I feel like he thought that like he was the special one that like didn't get killed because he had the special bond with it. Yeah, so I think he's trying to replicate that with the UFO, where he's like, oh, I have this special bond. I sacrificed these horses to it because we are on the same level, you know.
But then he just gets squished by Sky Pussy.
Yeah. That's where he was wrong. That's his character flaw.
Yeah.
I drew the exact same conclusion with that.
Yeah, he's definitely, I liked his character the most. He's really like interesting and layered. And it's just fun to like see his psychology play out.
Yeah, and he's basically just like a Doug Dimmadome. Like, that's like his job,
yeah,
you know?
it really is.
He's a cautionary tale.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
And on top of that, in the flashback scene, if you notice, when the monkey's approaching him under the table, he's showing his teeth and then he's smiling. So when an animal shows its teeth, that's a sign of aggression. It's going to attack because its teeth are a weapon on the animal. So showing teeth is meaning it's going to attack you. But you could see how it's like showing teeth and then not showing teeth. And I think that, again, he's like, I don't think that he knew that as a kid. I think he just saw the fist and was like, oh, okay, I have awesome connections with animals. Let's go get eaten by one. But instead, like, he should have been paying attention to, like, the face of the monkey. Because it was just, like, fucking with him.
That was another thing I noticed, too, is because, like, the whole point of the movie is, like, you don't look an animal in the eye because they'll attack.
Yeah.
You saw it with the
That's
horse at the
like
beginning.
dog training 101 is like, you don't look a dog in the eye.
Right. I noticed in that scene that the tablecloth
covered
came over the chimp's eye, so they weren't technically looking at each other. So that's probably why he didn't continue attacking him. So I thought that was interesting to notice on the second watch, for sure.
It also he didn't run. All the other ones ran.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah, he was the only one that hid.
Yeah.
There's like dead people in the audience too. I'm like, that thing
went all around and just murdered people.
Crazy. And he did the chimp pounding.
Yeah.
No, chimps are fucking deadly. Like they really are. Like they're small. Well, I mean, they're like good size, but they're like, they fuck you up.
Have you ever seen a picture of a naked chimpanzee? Like no hair on
I
it?
have. The albino one where it's just like muscles.
Yeah.
It's the freakiest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. It's like veiny too.
Look like you could punch your head off. But yeah, I think that I really like that theme overall, where it was like about the exploitation of suffering and like animals. Like I feel like animals have been exploited in general for centuries, especially
in cinema.
Yeah, definitely in cinema. Yeah, I like Cannibal Holocaust came to mind, where it's like they like disemboweled those turtles.
They killed monkeys for that movie.
Did they really?
No, yeah, they killed I think 3 initially. 2 they used in the movie, but they botched one.
Oh no,
that's what he said. He's like, we botched a monkey, so we had to kill another. Because there's a part where they cut like a monkey's head off. Or like at like the forehead of the monkey, and they pick out the brain and eat it.
Ew.
Yeah.
Oh,
but it was like a real monkey, and it's really sad watching.
Yeah, I bet. Did they do it while he was alive?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
All the stuff there was alive.
Oh my god.
The turtle, the pig, tarantula, but fuck the tarantula. I don't give a shit about tarantulas. A snake, they cut a head off a snake.
Oh my god.
Yeah, a lot of animal abuse.
But Jordan Peele saw that movie, and he's like,
Oh,
and he wrote this entire film.
I
about
I
them.
have money on it that Jordan Peele's a big Cannibal Holocaust fan. I have money on it.
Oh my god.
Do we want to talk about the monster itself?
Yes,
Because I feel like that's the part where things get going unexpected
that's
territory.
I was like, when they basically hit, you had the realization that the ship is a living thing.
Mhm.
I wasn't sure where it was going. I
Yeah.
was like, okay, is it gonna like land? Like, what's its motive? And it just flies around eating shit.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, that was a nice twist on it, for sure. And I like the way it,
I like the way it ate.
yeah, the way it ate and the way it looked as well, where it was like, it's like made out of fabric almost. It's
Yeah,
like-
I saw it. It reminded me almost like a jellyfish.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's like it has like all the guts are inside, but it's protected by like probably layers of whatever that skin material is.
Mm-hmm.
But its main thing, it eats. Have you ever seen how a sea anemone eats?
No, I don't think
I
so.
just saw a video last week, and it's horrifying. It like inside like opens up like almost like the mouth in the thing,
yeah.
and basically like 5 or 6 like arms come out, and it just like is scooping shit into the hole, and then just
the hell?
sucks back in the arms and closes.
Oh my god.
It's terrifying.
That's horrifying.
But it reminded me of that, especially like in the end when it was all like unraveled
Oh yeah.
and it like it's almost like it's something you can't not look at when you're seeing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, because Kiki Palmer character, when she's looking, she looks at it and she like
Yeah.
tries to stop looking at it while it's like transforming and like
Yeah.
unraveling.
It's almost like hypnotizing.
Right, yeah. This is all, by the way, this is like a really good, is definitely his best looking movie visually. Like
Yes.
there's so many beautiful shots in this.
Yeah.
especially
A
near
lot of
the
like
end.
stylized stuff too.
Yeah.
Like I was talking about the house. It reminded me of Evil
oh
Dead.
yeah.
And you noticed the Akira shot, which I was very surprised.
I've seen clips of Akira, not the whole thing.
I mean, to be fair, if you know Akira, you know the motorcycle shot.
yeah, that's the most
all you
famous
need
one.
to know.
I was gonna say, I gotta bring up the weather real quick
Oh my
because
God,
I
the
know
weather.
this film was shot in Hollywood, California, right? It was shot there, and then it was shot slightly outside of
You
outside
mad
of
that there's
Hollywood.
rain?
Yes. I
No,
don't know where they're getting
just
this.
wanted it. They just wanted cool rain effects.
They had amazing like display and like pictures and like images and all that stuff with the rain and the weather and stuff like that, but I don't ever see fog. Okay, I've lived out here for 7 years. I don't know where this guy's getting fog. On top of that, rain, we get that once in my 7 years of being here. But you know,
Yeah.
but again, it's beautifully shot. I mean, everything worked into its advantage. I just didn't believe that it was in California with that type of weather.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, yeah, I guess I
I
see
mean,
what you mean.
it's like when we watch movies that take place in winter and people driving like all crazy,
oh
and
yeah.
I'm just like, no, they're fucking dead. Like they're going more than 20 miles per hour. Yeah, they're dead. Like
Yeah.
Or what I can't stand either is like, I know Christmas Vacation does this, but like they say they're like in Illinois or the Midwest,
yeah.
and then like they're like walking like in a forest, and in the background you can see like giant mountains.
Yep.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
Or
That's-
how Haddonfield is supposed to be in Illinois, but the high school has outdoor
Oh,
lockers.
yeah.
And I'm just like,
And you can see
no.
palm trees. In
Yeah,
some
you can
shots.
see palm trees in the back. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god.
That's funny. I mean, yeah, it's just minor nitpicky things like that you'd only know if you lived wherever
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, that's true.
There's probably people up in like Norway or whatever when they watch the Northmen.
Oh yeah,
Like,
there's
we don't-
got to be something
we don't
in
get
there.
fucking volcanoes like that. Hell.
I know one scene I definitely wanted to talk about, especially with Dax, because I know he's a lover of the gory.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, the scene wasn't really gory, but I mean that first abduction scene where it shows what's happening like inside.
Yeah. Well, so I wanted to talk about, because you mentioned right when we got out of it that you said this seemed like his most horror movie.
Yeah.
And that got me thinking, because I would say Get Out, I would argue it's a horror movie, but it's more thriller.
Yeah.
It's more like psychological thriller.
Yeah, definitely.
Us, I think, is more of I guess, a straight horror movie, but more kind of like popcorn horror.
Mhm.
You know, like, ooh, I want to watch something scary tonight. You know. But this was the first time I watched one of his movies where I'm genuinely seeing something, and I'm like, oh fuck, like the gravity of the situation, and like me slowly realizing like what they're experiencing.
Mhm.
I'm like, holy shit, that's fucked up. Like
Yeah.
that's genuinely horrifying. So I agree that this is definitely his most like horror movie, even though the main climax like happens during the day, which is like awesome. I love when horror movies do that.
Yeah. That was what I liked about it, was the use of like clouds in the sky.
Yeah.
And like how scary that is. Like I just love that this movie uses like, I don't know about you guys, but when I look up at the sky, it's like an eerie feeling.
Yeah.
Even like at night especially, but during the day as well, where you kind of just look up and you're like, oh my god.
Dude, you know what's so weird? I had that exact same thought driving home. Because
Really?
like our drive home is just 10 minutes on one long road, just farmland. I was like looking up the sky, and I'm like, it's just fucking infinite up there. Like I was like thinking about it, and I was like looking at the clouds, and I'm like, they're like just there, you know, like the sky is like, we're just down here and it's just up like there, you know. And I was having like an existential moment,
Right. It's scary. It's an eerie feeling.
especially like when he realizes that like that cloud, he's like, I've been looking at that cloud for 6 months and it hasn't moved. Like just the realization of that.
Yeah.
That I gotta say, that was one of the best like moments of the movie for me. Was that cloud?
Like realizing the cloud was like just chilling there.
Yeah, like I mean, okay, I mean it could be smog, and smog probably wouldn't move, but I'm fine with it being a cloud and it not moving, because that was like one of the better moments in the movie for me, like decision wise.
All right, hold up, story time. Remember a couple weeks ago, Brad, you might have, I think you were here when we had that really bad storm for like 2 days in a row.
Oh, I think so.
We had like a tornado warning. There was like a tornado that touched down here. Or it didn't do anything. It was just like forming and then fizzled out. But it was like really bad. And it was like after the storm, you know, when like the sky is really like red and yellow and all that. I was looking out like out in the parking lot, and there was a cloud so low.
Really?
Like it was straight up like maybe like these apartment buildings, like at that level, like just above the roof.
What the hell?
Above it. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, my first thought was like, is a tornado touching down right now? But
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it's not. It's just like slowly. It was just like really low. And I'm just like, fuck. Now after watching this movie, I'm like, what if it's an alien using it as cover? It just needed to get close.
You're gonna hear those weird clicking noises, and you're gonna look
Yeah.
up and just see a giant black hole.
Yeah, and there's people screaming. That was another horrifying thing. Well, hearing all the screams of the people inside as they're getting digested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nightmarish. Hearing the horses inside too.
Yeah.
Or like you, at the beginning, you don't know what that sound is exactly. That was another thing too. I realized like when you hear the screeching in the air, like at the beginning, and you're like, oh god, that's a horse.
Yeah.
There's a horse like suffering up there inside that thing. It's horrifying.
So I'm wondering, because Stephen Yeun's character has been feeding it horses, right?
Yeah.
Do you think when it was like, fuck that, I'm killing all of you, do you think it got the taste for human then?
That's what I think, yeah.
And it was just like, wait, I can kill these things? Like it doesn't realize?
I gotta add that it already had killed at the beginning of the movie people. It killed those hikers that you hear on the news. That's why coins fell out of the.
True.
That's why the
Yeah,
coins fell
I guess
out and
that's
killed
right.
Dad.
That's a good point.
So maybe he was just fed up with, like, hey, you don't choose when I eat.
Yeah, he's tired of this guy.
Yeah, fuck you. And I think the spaceship is smart, or whatever the hell you would call it, the alien, where it realized that he was like playing a game with the gang, trying to take a picture of it. And fuck that praying mantis. You know? Like if that one praying mantis wasn't there, they would have just got it.
Yeah. Can I say how many actually good jump scares there were in this?
Yes.
Like the one where the decoy horse crashes
Yes,
into
when
the
it falls through.
windshield.
That made me jump.
I know. Usually I can always predict when jump scares will happen, but for some reason, like that one and the praying mantis one where it like comes into focus in the camera, Those two really got me.
This I would say this is his most tense movie.
Yeah.
Like there's just lots of tension. And
Yeah.
and it's scary because you don't even know what like is gonna happen.
Yeah.
You're just like, it's just like a character looking at the sky and you're just like, oh fuck, oh shit, oh piss, oh fuck, you know, and you're like, why? You know what I mean? Like when you think about it.
You just hear that sound and you're like, that's a creepy sound.
Yeah.
And something about this isn't right. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Weird
but...
flesh saucer in the sky.
I do gotta say I was pretty tense in the scene where he's seeing like the stable, and he's in the stable and like he's seeing
those
aliens
little
or whatever.
aliens.
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
that was when the movie, I was like, okay, because I heard people say this movie's a lot more straightforward.
Mhm.
So I was like, oh, cool, little guys. Like, we got the little guys, you know? And then as, like, we kept seeing the little guys, I was like, okay, it's fake.
Yeah. Especially when that one came from behind him
Yeah.
and you could see it. And I was like, oh, that.
When he punched him in the face, one of my favorite moments of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, what the hell, man? like it's his fault.
Yeah. That was a legitimately well done horror scene, though, with the little...
No, yeah, especially when he's, like, trying to get his phone and he, like, gets it and it's, like, slowly peeking around the corner.
That was fucking freaky.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things I liked about this character too that they chose to put in it is that like most times like they throw like these teenagers or like normal
Mhm.
people or whatever
Mhm.
into these situations, in which case you're like, why the hell are you doing this by yourself? But this guy's like
Yeah.
a loner. His dad died. Like he's been doing this for a bunch of time. It makes sense that his character would go in there and just do it. It's like he doesn't kind of give a shit kind of thing.
Well, and I think if it was anyone but him, they wouldn't have figured out because I noticed that he's very like he doesn't give a shit about like anyone or anything. Like when like he was on the set, he was just like working a 9 to 5. You know, like there's like Hollywood stars around him, and he's just like,
Yeah.
I don't care. You know,
Yeah.
Like when they're out, he's like, I don't care. Like when he sees something cool, he's just like,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. So I think that works. Like I think if it was anybody but him, like they all would have been dead.
Yeah, yeah. He keeps his calm very well.
I did like even the scene when he was driving back home when they were stuck in the house and he was like in the car
Oh, yeah.
and he's like he just like opens the door, looks up and sees it in the sky and he's like nope, and just kind of
Yeah.
casually closes it and he's like
Second.
I'm just gonna sit here.
Yeah. That got a big laugh out of me.
Yeah, I like that part a lot.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Just their relationship to him and his sister were.
Yeah.
I felt I really got that they were close.
Because she was about to walk out too at some points, especially when like she was hearing the monster and like the lights were shutting off. She was like ready to walk out, and then like he's like, "Okay, I got work to do," and she's like, "Oh fuck you, I'm gonna stay then."
Yeah.
You
You like those horses.
Yeah.
He's a horse guy.
He's a horseman. I also liked how she was called a horse girl.
Yeah, horse girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that was on purpose.
Yeah, that's definitely on purpose.
No, yeah, I mean, I think that pretty much wraps up our thoughts about the whole movie. I mean, unless Garrett, you had anything else to add, not Bernie Mac related.
Yeah. Anyways, the one thing I did want to add was that when the monster shuts shit off, right? Things when they lose power don't start back up normally. Have you ever blown a circuit or turned off
it's
a
like,
car?
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Like we'd always have to reset the clocks and all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, like these cars are just like already on as soon as the monster leaves. Like, no, you'd have to restart that thing. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Well, they had to take some.
Oh,
creative
can I say?
liberties.
Yeah, that's another thing I wanted to mention. That the use of music in that part when
Yes.
they're outside and that guy has that song playing. I don't
Like
even know
blasting.
what it's called. Yeah. I don't even like that song.
It was
but
like slowed down and warped.
yeah,
It's really creepy.
yeah. It was. I was like, if they released that as a single, I would listen to that.
That's just what David Lynch probably listens to. He just takes whatever song's popular, just slows it down to like 1/4 speed.
You got to give Jordan Peele credit though. He always uses like a pop song or
Really well.
something in his
Yeah.
movies, and he always uses it like perfectly. Like, what was it for Us? I know Candyman had "Say My Name."
Well, in Us, they did the "Fuck the Police."
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was well done too.
Mm-hmm.
Get Out had something. I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember either.
Oh well.
Oh well.
I'll figure it out. We'll remember at some point.
We'll edit it in.
Yeah, we'll edit
We'll
these
be like-
going like on a terrible mic, like the song is whatever.
The thong is Barbie Girl.
Yeah.
If they don't play Barbie Girl in the Barbie movie, I'm gonna be mad.
Dude, they have to. There's no way they can't. They have to please all the 40-year-old moms in the audience.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm seeing Barbie in theaters.
Garrett, will you see Barbie?
No, you would have to drag my corpse to that theater.
All right. Well, fuck
But what
you
if we
then.
told you could be on another episode that we talk about Barbie?
I'll pass
Review
on that.
Barbie? Man.
Real quick, at the
Okay.
very end, she leaves the picture in the well.
I assume someone grabs the picture.
She
I mean,
leaves
at
the
that point-
picture.
At that point, I don't think she gives a shit anymore.
Yeah,
that's
no,
how I interpret
that's
it.
what
as.
I got from
It
it,
doesn't
too.
matter. She's like, my brother's alive. The alien is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I just want to live on a horse ranch the rest of my life.
Especially with the message of the movie where it's like we shouldn't be like exploiting like animals and like all
Yeah,
of
because
that.
the news crew was there right away.
Right, and she like rolls her eyes at them. So it would have
Yeah.
been weird if she like immediately got up and like grabbed the picture and was like, it was nice just to see it's there. It got a good picture of
And
it.
same with that cinematographer guy. He got killed because he wanted like a crazy shot.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole
Exactly.
thing, though. The continuity of the movie, if they don't get that picture, that means so many people died for nothing.
Well,
so
I'm sure
many.
they got it.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
he sold-
considering
he's-
all of them saw it fall,
yeah. They definitely got it.
and now it's probably getting hauled to Area 51.
But I was gonna say, you know how many people died just because the sister and the guy wanted it, though, like on picture. Like if they don't get it, that still is for nothing then. Because not only did that cinematographer die because they got him out there so they could take the picture, but also the whole crowd of people died because they sold horses to the Stephen Young or whatever for the money to buy the camera equipment to set up to monitor the skies. So the horses like he wouldn't have had a horse to throw out there then.
So you're saying all the deaths are Daniel Kaluuya's fault?
Yes. I'm more so
I mean,
more so Kiki, because if she didn't pick up the picture,
you just wanted her to pick up the picture.
just pick
Well,
up the
she-
picture.
She could have right after that. We just don't know.
Doesn't matter. It's up
Exactly.
for your
Yeah, it
interpretation.
doesn't matter.
And then the media portrayal, like not only them, but did you see the motorcycle man? He came
The
off as
TMZ
like
guy.
he came off as straight fucking evil.
Yeah, I thought he was like a tracker of this thing.
Oh.
That's what I thought. And
Yeah.
because earlier when the horse looks in the reflection, it freaks out. I
Mm-hmm.
thought that's what they were going to do. Like, what if we make it look at itself?
Right.
Which I realized would be kind of dumb.
Yeah.
But that's what I thought it was going when he had that reflective helmet.
Well, no, the whole point is the whole reflective thing, like the horse looking at itself caused it to be
Yeah.
angry and aggressive. A horse
Right.
isn't going to eat you or bite you, it's going to kick you.
Yeah.
So if you reflect something to the monster, its notion, because it eats things, would be to eat you. So like I feel like that wouldn't have been a very straight strategy there. It would have just pissed him off and made him get eaten.
I saw a video of a monkey that saw a mirror and tried to break it. Or they tried to punch it. So,
We could have had that. If that
yeah, we
happened.
could have had that. Maybe that's what happened to, fuck, what's his name? Gorgie?
Gordy.
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 Yeah, he's a Star Wars character now. Good job, Gordy.
Good job. You killed those people.
They deserved it.
He was the
Yes,
hero
they
of the
really
movie.
did.
Yeah. He was the catalyst. When I saw like the hands, I was just thinking of my favorite video, that whose toes are those video with the monkey, and he's like, whose toes are those? It's a Reba. Who's that great A ape? And then it's just like the monkey like freaking out. He's like, ah, ah. That's my favorite video ever.
It is a good video. You
It
showed
is.
me that. And I've
Yeah.
watched it like 10 times.
I've seen it so many times. Whenever I just need to feel something, I just watch that video. It's so funny. But that's what I picture happened. They hyped him up a bit too much. All right. Well, closing thoughts. I think we all agree it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You should see it, and I think it's like even if you're not a horror fan, I think there's a lot
Yeah.
to get out of this one.
It's not like other horror movies where the characters are just there to be killed. It's like
No,
there's like really strong, like likable characters in this,
and you genuinely don't want to get them killed. Like, did you hear Carolina during some of it? She's like, "Oh no, don't kill it!" Like, she was like really upset.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. So, it's good, and go see it. Support Jordan Peele. I'm glad he didn't go the hack route. I was very worried. But hey, he's consistent, and I like that. That's good enough for me.
You gotta love it.
I'm glad that now I'm excited for his next project.
Yeah.
Rather than just like, oh great, what's like what M. Night Shyamalan is now.
Oh god,
Where you're just like, okay, what dumb thing is he putting out?
How is he gonna embarrass himself?
I will
this
admit,
time?
Old was better than a lot of the stuff he's put out in the last 10 or so years. Not that it's a good movie, but it's more entertaining, and some of it's really funny to laugh at.
I have heard that it's not as bad as you would think.
I just wish it would have gone R-rated and gone more in the body horror route, because there's one really fucked up thing. Wait, can I just spoil this?
Yes,
one thing.
Go ahead.
So basically, like they're on the beach and they all age, right?
Yeah.
And that includes any like illnesses they have, right? And one of the girls, she had what's that? Where your bones like break easy, or something like that.
Oh, like brittle bones.
Yeah, but like that, like degenerative bone disease.
Is that fibromyalgia?
I don't know, something like that. But basically, because of the aging, her bones, like, so say she broke her wrist, it would just grow like that, or something like that.
Oh, weird.
So it was a point where her bones were growing, and she was like a walking human pretzel.
Oh my god.
And it was really fucked up.
That's messed
And it
up.
was probably the scariest part of the movie, and one of the scariest things I've seen, like, from a big, like, blockbuster horror. I wouldn't call it a horror movie, but something like that. I did not expect it at all. And I think if they went that route, like just hard R horror movie, it would have been a lot more entertaining with cool shit like that. Because it's genuinely terrifying. Look it up. It's really scary.
I'll have to watch that now. That sounds interesting. The premise already sounded interesting to me. Where the people on the beach and they age really quickly.
Yeah. It's fine.
Weird.
It's good.
Okay.
The writing's bad. It's funny. It's like so dumb.
Really?
You can tell like Shyamalan's like a dad trying to be hip with some of it.
Okay, this podcast has exceeded my maximum attention capacity.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Our biggest complainer so far.
Rears his ugly head.
Yeah. You gotten to the point where we say we're gonna end it, and then we just continue talking about things that aren't even related to what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, is that why you got 1.5 hour episodes out there?
No. Hey, we're talking about very important things like Halloween. And Halloween.
Oh my god. When we do that Halloween like series thing, that's gonna be hours and hours.
We're gonna be
of
broken.
Content. Yeah, we're gonna be really depressed by the end of that.
I might skip that episode.
Oh, you're gonna episodes more like it.
Oh, it'll be episodes, Garrett. You have no idea.
Okay, I'll skip that season.
We're gonna be like Joaquin Phoenix, getting into the mind of the Joker, but we're gonna get into the mind of Michael Myers. Okay, go see Nope. It's good. We like it. And that's it. Any last words, Garrett? You want to say your goodbyes?
Jordan Peele, please make Gordy the extended cut.
Gordy
the full
cut.
Episode. The full episode of Gordy's birthday.
Yes.
All right, we'll make sure we relay the message to him. We know Jordan Peele's a big
Personally,
listener.
sure.
Oh, he's that other guy in the subscribe button?
Yeah, he's one of the 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, go see Nope, and thanks for listening, and see you next time.